Welcome to 12 Days of Healthcast. I'm Elizabeth Dwyer, and today we are talking with Dr. Melissa Martinez, a professor in the Department of Internal Medicine. Thanks so much for being here, Dr. Martinez.
My pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So today we're going to talk about the very contentious subject of vaccines and discussing them over the holidays. So folks getting together with family where there might be some different opinions around COVID and the vaccines and things like that. We're hoping to get your insights on how to have some of those conversations and things that people might say that will make them feel heard and also not start any major arguments.
Yeah, it can be a really delicate subject. And while you might have differences on other topics that are hot topics, like political topics or religious things or things like that, these topics of immunizations directly affect you and your immediate family's well-being. So it can be really, really sensitive and hard to work. And I think none of us are immune to that. We all have family members that maybe have opinions that are different from ours. And what I've figured out over time is that we think that our opinions are based on facts and science, and to a certain degree they are, but they're also based on emotions and our life experience and people that we trust or don't trust. And so those of us that have made a decision to trust doctors and scientists and the CDC feel very strongly about vaccines. People that have made decisions to trust other sources or other people also feel very strongly. And what I tell myself is that when I talk to somebody about vaccine, I'm probably not going to move them from no, I'm never going to get it, to oh yeah, I'll get the vaccine with one single conversation.
Right.
That the really important thing is to keep the relationship going. I mean, we all have people that we love, and to keep up, maintain a relationship in some way with those people is important. But we feel very emotionally tied to protecting our family. And so the first thing I do is know that I'm probably not, with a single conversation, going to convince somebody to get a vaccine. The other thing I know is that I feel pretty strongly about it. And so if somebody's presenting a lot of arguments with me, I usually say, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. Yeah. And find ways that maybe we can get together that don't expose me and my family to somebody who's unvaccinated, whether it's testing before you get together, or doing something outside, or doing a Zoom thing. Last year we had a great experience where we just looked at old photographs on Zoom as a family, and it was really fun and turned out to be more meaningful than we expected it to be.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there are really great ways that we can be unique and innovative, even as this pandemic enters its 18th month or something really daunting. And I remember some good advice I received recently about confronting the conflict, not the person. So I really like what you said about remembering that, you're trying to preserve a relationship with this person. This isn't someone, who you want to sever all ties with typically, because we're talking about family. So making sure that there are ways that you address these differences that are about the differences in opinion and perspective, as opposed to trying to fight with a particular person. So I think that that's really good advice.
Yeah. And I think, you can go on the internet and find facts about anything. So to anything to support your facts. Mm-hmm. So you're not going to win on a fact per fact argument. You're just going to say, based on the information that I have and the people and the systems that I trust,
Mhm.
I just disagree with you about your conclusions.
Yeah, and there's a lot to be said for the agree to disagree approach and not seeking to win an argument, but instead perhaps seeking to, understand that people, like you said, people are coming from different places with a lot of different sources of information. And so even if we can't see eye to eye, perhaps we can all be a little more understanding of where one another are coming from.
Yeah, and I think we need to respect each other's decision about what's the best way to protect ourselves. And so that doesn't mean giving in and saying, "Oh yeah, let's have a gigantic party with all the unvaccinated people."
Right.
It means finding some compromise, which can be really tricky. And everybody knows their own family members better and the best way to approach it. But stick to your beliefs and ideas and try to help people move slowly along to maybe thinking about getting the vaccine.
I think that that is a great note to end on. Thank you so much for being with us on the 12 Days of Healthcast, Dr. Martinez. We appreciate your insights so much.
Sure, my pleasure. Thank you.